Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you so much for staying with me. We are live. If you see the live, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am Lisa, and you are at my podcast called Let's Talk About It. So I'm just going to give a couple of minutes for people to chime in on me tonight. We do have a returning guest, and I'm going to go over some bios with you, and then we can bring him on. So I want everybody to come in and join me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Um, I'm going to give it another 20 seconds, and then we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and introduce him. So the guest is Eric Donaldson. He served 20 years active duty in the U.S. Navy, and after that, he retired in 2006 and started taking time off for himself. And after that, he decided to work in the insurance industry. And in June of 2023, he decided to go independent, and that's where we are now. All right, so let's welcome Mr. Donaldson, Mr. Eric Donaldson.
Hi there.
Hi, did you catch all that?
I did.
Okay, and I didn't say Donaldson Insurance Group.
Yes.
So how are you this evening? How are you doing?
I'm actually doing good.
I see you got your lighting a little bit,
Yeah,
a lot better.
yeah, got a little things have been going pretty good.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Thank you for having me back.
Yeah, welcome back. This is I'm sorry for cutting him off, but I just want to update everybody. Mr. Donaldson was here with me a couple of maybe about 3 weeks ago, and we had technical issues with my internet, so we had to cut it close, and a lot of people had a lot more questions for him. So we decided collectively to do a second part, and that's where we are now. So before I cut Mr. Donaldson off, he said, actually, I've been doing good. I made a little thing with the Donaldson, but I didn't do it backwards, so you really can't see it. It just say the owner of Donaldson Insurance Group, and let's talk about it.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. If I can see that the right way, so.
Okay, cool. So let's get on it. So I'm gonna get online, and if you can see the questions, first tell them, kind of give them a recap of what your bio is.
Okay, so as you said before, I'm a Navy retiree. I served 20 years active, and then in order to actually be listed as retired, I gave them another 10 on reserve time, so I did a total of 30. Got out, was kind of a little lost, as to what to do. Bounced around from job to job, was not really happy, and finally met someone and got into the insurance industry. I really wanted to go independent. Luckily, I met a great mentor, Gus Wright, who showed me how to go independent, showed me the ropes up, and kind of mentored me through the process, and still mentors me to this day. And so I was working independent and working for Progressive through one of their call centers. And I was just kind of praying, because I still wanted to do the independent thing, was just kind of scared of, the whole financial piece of it and how that was going to work. But I decided to step out on faith. I was kind of fell into a health situation where I had to take a leave of absence. Took that as God's doing. And I've been working independent ever since about June, full time.
Wow. So you're your own boss.
I'm my own boss. I love it. I make my own calendar. I make my own schedule. My soon-to-be wife helps me out a lot. Um, we had to make a trip just this past weekend up to Lubbock, so me,
Oh,
yeah, so it was no problem with me having to worry about asking somebody for leave time or anything. I just took off down there. I was even able to make a couple of business contacts down
mm-hmm.
there because I'm licensed all over Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So that even worked out for me.
Okay, okay. And we got some people chiming in, so I do want to speak. Hello, everybody. Hey, Renee. See you Saturday. Hey, cousins. Hey, sister. Hey, Steph. Y'all, if y'all have any questions, just bear with us tonight because it's just 1-on-1. So I'm gonna try to read all the questions and everything and get everything answered uh, accordingly. So just any questions you have. So I'm gonna chime back in to Mr. Donaldson, and they wanted some history as for what kind of insurance, and I knew you were gonna get into that after.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I provide life, health, auto, home. I also have renters insurance. I have um, uh, travel. I have pet insurance. I do business insurance. I have event insurance. So if you're throwing a wedding or if you're having
Mm-hmm.
a fundraiser,
Mm-hmm.
um, I provide insurance for those type of events.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, I'm working on a few other things, but right now I do have a full calendar. We're working at getting a few more carriers. I just got uh, another property and casualty and business carrier broker, and I also got another carrier for my dental and pet insurance, and I think that they're gonna be able to provide a few other things for me. Um, I do provide if you have a job and you're just looking for something like dental, hearing, and vision coverage. I can do those independently on ancillary basis. If you're just looking for just that, I can do those. So
And you
everything's
said
really
you said dental, vision, and what else?
hearing.
Hearing. Okay. I'm just taking notes just in case you know. Okay,
Um,
so go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now, yeah, no problem. Now, at this time, for those who are wondering, I know we had a couple of questions last time. At this time, I'm not providing any Medicare products. Um, it just kind of got to be kind of hectic with everything else, trying to keep my licensing and all that other stuff up, plus having to try to do Medicare stuff. It was just
That's a
kind of got
lot.
to be a little bit taxing, and I didn't want to take away from other clients and things. So I'm not doing Medicare, but I do have a couple other contacts that I trust that um, I can relate to you. Um, let's see. Also, I'm working on being able to provide pre-need funeral coverage, but I do have contacts for pre-need. Um,
Mhm.
if you're wanting a will or do any trust things like that, I have a contact for that as well. So you can still contact my agency on that behalf, and then what I'll do is I'll just forward you the contact, and I'll get a hold of the contact, and then I'll kind of marry you guys together.
Now, explain to the audience what a pre-need
Okay,
insurance is?
a pre-need policy is basically just where you go in and you set up your funeral the way you want it. You say you can do everything up to setting up the songs that you want, the type of casket you want, what you want on your casket. If you're a veteran, they don't pay for your funeral, so you can have all of that set up. You can go in and based on who you're using, they have all different kinds of plans and things that you can do, but you get to plan out your funeral, whether you're going to get buried or cremated. You can set up your whole thing way ahead of time instead of having your family members or your loved ones having that extra burden of setting all that stuff up for you. It's already set up.
Are there? What's the ticket on them? Are they really expensive, or is there a limit
uh
of how much you
wait,
can get? Or
No, it just depends on who you use and the type of packages that type of package that you use. It's the same as if you were to have your loved one going to the funeral home and start purchasing the casket and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so they're about the same as a regular funeral. Sometimes they can be a little bit cheaper because remember you're paying over time too. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times you can get a pre-need for about $5,000-6,000,
Mm.
depending on who you use. Like I said, I have a couple of contacts. I'm working on being able to provide pre-need myself, to kind of marry that with my life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I suggest using a pre-need. I have to get back and check with one that I started a while back ago, and just
Mm-hmm.
kind of was unable to make make payments on it. So I don't know whether anything lapsed or whether I just have to make sure that whole payment is paid at the time of my death.
Oh, okay. And
So
let's talk about the last time you were here. We did talk about mutual. Did we talk? No, we talked about two different types of insurance.
yes, we talked
And let's
about
go
whole life insurance,
whole
and we
life
also um, talked about whole life and term life,
term.
and the
Whole.
differences between those. Um, whole life is exactly what it means. It carries you no matter what age you are. It'll carry you until your death. You don't have to worry about rewriting another policy or anything like that. It carries you all the way through. Um, term is set for a certain term of years. They usually go 10. It's usually 10, 15. You have 20. Some carriers will provide you with a 25 or a 30-year policy. Um, and then at the end of that term, so let's say you buy a 10-year term policy, at the end of
Mm-hmm.
that 10 years, then the company will give you an option to go ahead and write for another term, and you can change your term if you wanted to make it a 20, or if you want to keep it another 10. Some policies they actually will convert. They actually give you the option to convert it to a whole life policy. Um, that's just based on carrier and the type of product that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
now, for younger people who are maybe just coming out of college and looking at starting on their own and breaking out, I suggest that you go maybe start off with a term, and then once you get into your job and start working, start making a little bit more money, then we can start looking at going into a whole life. Uh, I like the whole life I like the whole life better only because you don't have to worry about prices going up. You don't have to worry about the rate going up on you.
Okay.
Normally those rates are set in stone all the way till death.
Okay.
Term, they're normally set in stone as well. But remember that, let's say you're 35, well,
Mm-hmm.
and you buy a 10-year term. Well, at the end of that 10 years, well, now you're 45. So even if you buy another 10-year term policy, you're looking at it being priced for a 45-year-old versus a 35-year-old. So the price is going to be higher.
Oh, I see. Oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, so what about it was something. Okay, now you said you have health,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
So what's that consist of?
Okay. Now
And how does that work?
I have health policies through Cigna Health and through United Healthcare, and then I have one out of a carrier out of Fort Worth South. I think it's Southwest Health. Um, the Southwest Health is a little bit cheaper, and
Mm-hmm.
now since there's no penalty for on your taxes for not having health insurance, then they cover like one of those Cigna or United Healthcare plans. When I compared them and looked at both of them, they pretty much can cover the same amount of things. Now
Oh, okay.
each plan, yeah, now each plan is going to be a little bit different as to what they cover, uh, amount of deductibles. And if they, how much they give you for how much your hospital stay is and things like that. So each policy and each product is going to be, or each plan is going to be a little bit different in price, just based on what you're requiring.
And do the say for instance, I want to purchase that insurance. Do I get to pick which Cigna or Blue Cross or the Southwest?
You
Do I
do.
get to?
You do, because normally when I go in to quote, I will go through, and my health insurance quotes are so easy that I can go through and run a quote for all three carriers based on what you tell me, and normally I can get those done in about a day. So I can get your information, go run my quotes, and get back to you the next day with what I have, and then you get to choose. What you want.
Okay. And
Mhm.
okay, and let's jump back on the life and the terms and all that. Do you have
Okay.
okay? So the term, do you have to in the whole? Do you have to have a blood test or what they call physical? Is what I'm trying to
Okay.
say.
So now most uh most policies, most products will require you to have what they call a paramed, based on your age. So basically, a paramed is what they'll do is they'll give you a call after the application is sent in. The carrier will give you a call, set up an appointment with a nurse to come by your house, and they'll just take basic information, your height, weight. Sometimes they will put blood. Sometimes they'll take urine. It's just all that. All that is based on your age, and normally I will let the client know ahead of time what they're going to have to do, because I
Yeah.
can go in and look at what the requirements are per that person's age. So
Okay.
not all policies will require exactly the same things. Um,
Okay.
Guaranteed issue policies normally won't require. They don't even ask medical questions on those. They're guaranteeing you a policy no matter what your health situation. There are
And
some knockout
which
stuff.
the ones that's on TV, Mr. Donaldson?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Colonia and stuff like that, and
Now I would. Uh,
River.
and I mentioned this. I mentioned this last time we were on. And I want to make it clear to the folks out there that I'm not disparaging any other company. I'm not
Right,
disparaging Colonial or anybody else, but I have information that I need them to know about, and
right,
and that's basically my whole job, is to make sure you're well informed about what you're doing.
right.
Um, Colonial will send you out a when you call them, they will send you out a packet. The most important document in that packet is not the application. It's going to give you the information about how your payout and your face amounts are going to work. Okay.
Mm,
Now, it's a guaranteed issue policy, which means that they're not asking you any health questions. They're guaranteeing the policy. They're going to issue it no matter what. So
okay.
now that means that it's a 2-year hold on the well, I don't want to say hold. It's a 2-year. Well, I guess I could put hold basically on the policy. What it is that for the first 2 years of the policy, after it's issued, if you pass away within that 2 years, then Colonial is only going to pay. They're going to pay the premiums that were paid in for that, for that amount of time. Let's say you lived, um, let's say you lived
Oh, you,
25 months after the
okay.
policy was issued.
Hmm.
So then Colonial is going to pay you 25 months worth of premium that you paid, whatever you were paying. They're going to pay you that back. Plus, you're going to get 7% of that. Okay. Now, if you go past the 2 years, and this is where you have to pay attention on and I wish I had it, but it'd be hard to view anyway. If if people
The fine print, the real little bitty,
right, the real
the
fine. Well,
real
it's
fine
not really fine
print.
print, but it's a page in the packet that people probably wouldn't even think about looking at. But it gives you your face amounts, and if you die, within the 2 years, how much you'll get based on your age. Now, that 995 plan that they're talking about is you're not going to get a whole lot of money
For
back. It
$9.95.
gives you a chart, and if anybody wants to contact me and have a look at it, I got permission from another client that received the information from Colonial, and I got her permission to have it for some of my informational uh, products. So,
Okay.
but
Okay.
but yeah, and the further you go up, and the further you want to go up in your face value, which is the amount that your beneficiary receives when you die, the price goes up. So for the like I said, you can get that 995 plan, but they're not telling you. What they're not telling you is that your face value is not going to be a whole lot. It's probably not going to be enough to pay for a funeral.
Exactly. Y'all hear that? I knew it was something. I just throw those in the trash. I knew it was. I mean, I'm not an expert. I dropped my lamp, but I'm not an expert. I'm just going off me. This is only me.
Yeah, and I always tell people, look, if you get something in the mail, always read through every page, especially when it's insurance and stuff like that. Read through every page of it, or get with a professional to help you do it. And that's just what happened to me is that I had a lady that goes to my church. She knew I did insurance because we had worked together before, and she got this information and she wanted to know more about it because she couldn't understand it. And I was able to look in and do it. And I'll do that for any client, and I do it free. I do my consultant is free of charge right now.
You hear that, guys? Consultant is free of charge now.
Yeah, my until I have to make a business decision on it, I'll have, my consultant is free. So if you have another policy that you want me to take a look at, if you have information that you received in the mail that you want me to take another look at, then I can. If I'm unable to, then what I'm going to do is I'll contact the carrier myself and ask them the questions. If you're not comfortable doing that type of stuff, I don't mind doing that for anybody. So that, that's that on that little piece.
So if you're joining us now, hey, cousin, hey, Dwayne, hey, guys, if you're just not joining, we are speaking with, on part 2, speaking with Mr. Eric Donaldson. He do own his own insurance company, Donaldson Insurance Group, and we're just kind of freestyling, going over all what he sells. The life, the health, the renters, the pet, home, travel. I'm gonna hit on travel too, but just if you have any questions, just go in the comments and I can present those to him. And I'm gonna see if we can get his phone number going across the screen. Is that okay?
Yeah. I'll let me type that into the chat here.
Can you do that? Yeah.
Yeah. And then
whatever you need for them to contact you. So yes. Yes, so whatever you need them to contact you. Yes, so
and then I'll put my email here.
Yes, so he's been doing this since June of 2023. He's independent. Yes. I don't know what's going on. This get hot, it get cold, Mr. Donaldson.
It's Texas.
Texas weather. Keep living. Yeah. So he's going to put that down. So let's just hit another. Again, if you have any questions now, as far as let's go on the home. So how does the home work, or anything else you wanted to discuss?
Yeah, homeowners is a little is a little can be a little tricky based on what you want. Hang on just a second. I'm having trouble with a light here. Let's see here.
No, you're fine. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna discuss home and travel and pet. So I know everybody have pets out there nowadays, and you know you guys, it's expensive.
Now, oh, that's better. Now with the home. But the homeowners policies, like I said, sometimes they can be a little bit tricky based on what you want, what you want, and your home and all of that. The one thing is I always, want to ensure that if you have pets, especially dogs, you want to make sure that you mention that in the application. A lot of people don't want to mention that they have dogs. If the worst thing that can happen is, and I know a lot of people, I say it about mine. I know a lot of people say my dog doesn't bite. My dog doesn't bite.
They bite. They have teeth,
and they don't until you say it. Right. And so the important things are pets. Make sure that you're insured well for water damage. If you live in a floodplain, if you live in an area, it's a good idea to find out about flood, because a lot of times now flood insurance is going to be covered. Is going to be an add-on to your homeowner's policy. Okay. What's happening a lot here in Texas and in other states that are border, a lot of companies are not writing new policies out. There are some that are, but it's starting to get the weather stuff is really starting to cause a problem for insurance companies. Yes. So in turn that causes problems for us. Right. So also with rates. So expect for your home and auto rates, expect them to be a little bit high. And the reason why is because of the number of claims and the number of risks that insurance companies are dealing with now with all this weather stuff.
Yeah, that's why they don't do earthquake insurance anymore, right?
Right. I think California will not do earthquake insurance. Florida has at least, and I don't know if there's more. I know of at least 3 companies that have stopped doing any type of new business, and they're pulling out of doing stuff for hurricanes.
Yes. So the weather. Yeah.
I mean, we can still get you a good home quote. Like I say, the thing that I like doing is, for you, if you've already got insurance, send me the declaration page. Your declaration page is going to be that page with all your coverages listed. So send me that, and I can kind of match those up to what I have. If you don't send that in, or you don't let me know what you have, then I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants, and I don't know if I'm over covering you or under covering you. I'm only looking at the numbers and saying, okay, well, I when I go in and pull up the address, it gives me a picture of your house, but that's it. So send that information in to me. I can pull the information up from the state. However, if I pull up property records from the state, the state charges my business and me for it.
Yeah.
So now the amount that they charge me is not very much, but I still have to. It's still a business, and I still have to have a business to run. But for those documents, it's only Donaldson Insurance Group is only going to charge $5 for me to pull those records.
Okay.
Also, if I have to go and pull DMV records for your auto insurance, the same thing. I'll charge $5 for that. The way to nix that is to, like I said, for your auto, for your driving history, you can go to any DMV and let them know, hey, I want to go back 5-6 years of my driving history and pull my record, and they should be able to do it for you.
Oh, okay, and that's $5 if you guys.
Now, now I don't know how much they would charge you, if anything. I charge $5 for having if I have to go in and pull it up from the website, because when I go on the website, they charge me to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then also let's go to this travel. Let's talk to travel.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I do both. The carrier that I have does both domestic and international travel. If you're looking at going on a cruise, I just did a cruise policy for someone. Typically, the travel insurance is only going to be for the duration of your vacation. Okay, but you get coverage from the day your travel starts till the day you come back. Typically,
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people who do traveling out of the country will take it only because some countries have limits, and some countries won't cover the medical side if you go to a doctor or anything while you're doing a trip. So a lot of people like to take out the travel insurance for that. Some people like to take it out because, let's say you're one of those planners who likes to plan trips 6 months to a year in advance.
Right.
And something happens and you have to cancel that trip. Well, the insurance can get you the money back.
Oh, okay.
That you spent on that trip, because typically what they do is they want you to pay up front. They want you to at least put down a deposit or something on the trip.
Okay. I've never heard of that.
So those are a couple of the things that travel insurance is good for.
Wow. Okay. Any questions out there? I'm still. Hey, Erica, everybody. Thanks for joining. We have Mr. Donaldson on for part 2. He's answering any questions. He's giving quotes, free consultations for the Donaldson Insurance Group. We just kind of going over all the types of policies that he sells. And it's quite a bit. Let's go on to dental. Okay. That's what I'm doing now. I'm getting my veneers, but I'm in the process. Yeah, it's a hassle. But what's that?
Now the dental, you have to remember about the dental. Most dental policies, what they're going to do is all of your major things. Say if they gotta go in and go and do things like root canal, anything where they have to cut into your gums, any major surgery, stuff like that, more than likely you're going to have to wait. You're going to have a waiting period on, and that's based on the carrier. Sometimes there's a 6-month wait, sometimes there's a 12 before you can have all that stuff done. Typically, all your cleanings, if you have whitening, all of your light work, work that you would get done if you're first seeing a dentist, a lot of that stuff is covered first day.
Oh, okay. See, that's good. Are those pretty? What are the what's the criteria?
I did a policy a few monmonths ago for someone, and it's costing him $31 a month.
Oh, wow.
For that, and that's through Cigna.
That's just like if you have it on your job.
Yeah. So like I said, if you're in a job where either one, you're leaving the job and they're not going to cover you anymore, then it's good to have. Or two, if you don't think that taking, because I've had a couple of jobs where some of the insurance just, I didn't think was really good. I didn't think that they were offering enough for it, for the price that they were going to take out of my check. So I said, well, I'm going to go out on the open market and see what I can find.
Okay.
So I did, I did that a lot when I got out of the military, because when you retire, they don't take care of you like you think. No, you pay for stuff. You pay for stuff. So
yeah, I know, ex-military. Yeah, I know how that works. Now, Hey, Ricardo, Mr. White. So I see, I have, if she hadn't gotten off, but I have a cousin of mine. She just got a pet that pretty much
Okay.
she thinks human. Let's go with the pet because I know she
Okay.
hadn't got him any insurance yet.
Okay. Um, I think I posted. I think I posted something about this before because I have a 4-year-old Labrador German Shepherd,
Oh, wow.
and
Beautiful.
when I when uh, I went in to take her to have her yearly shots done, and that's all we were doing. We're going to do our yearly shots and then an exam. And so I took her in to have a whole exam done and had, they gave her rabies shots and all the other shots that she needed. $146.
Yes.
Right. And that's right off the bat, $146. So I'm like, okay, well, I got the 146, but I also had pet insurance on her. So what I
Okay.
did is after I paid the vet, I went into the app from my insurance company for
Mm-hmm.
Layla, and I
Mm-hmm.
made a regular claim, just like as if you were making
Oh, okay. Just like
yeah,
you make a
yeah.
claim.
It's different for pets than it is humans because you pay first and then you make your claim and you get reimbursed.
But still, if you don't
So
have insurance, you
I
don't
ended
get.
up, yeah, if you don't have anything, I mean, I ended up getting reimbursed 70, I think it was $76, something like that.
So the
So
copay.
the whole
Yeah.
visit only ended up costing me about 70 something dollars, you know. And that's the advantage of pet insurance. If you have a dog, they get into stuff. Plants, they they are they are
Plant
they
feed,
can be a
grass.
handful. And to take them to the vet, even just to be seen, those prices can
Over $100. I
outrageous.
had a pet, and she passed, but she was poisoned,
Yeah.
and the vet bill was really, really expensive, and she
Oh
ended
yeah.
up
Yeah.
passing anyway.
And
But
see, like I
yeah,
say, it works even if like I said, that rate's going to be high, and you got to pay it out to the vet first before you make your claim. But even then, look at it this way: you're getting some of that money, most of that money back. So
right.
you can put that back in to if you're one of the ones, and I'm not, but if you're one of the ones that has a fund just for your
Yeah.
vet bills and stuff, that money that you get back can go right back into that fund.
So do it pay for the cemetery, pet cemetery?
Uh, that's up to the carrier, and you will be able to see that in your evidence of coverage of what all it covers. Some do, some don't. The carrier that I have, I don't believe they cover cemetery fees. I'd have to go back and look at my evidence of coverage for her. Um, but that's something that we definitely could look at if that's what you're looking for. Just like with most people, I ask them, hey, so what are you looking for? And you know, and then I look and I see okay, well, here's what you're getting for this, and this,
Hmm.
and that's how we work from there. So
Yeah. So yeah, okay, that's very informative, especially about the pet, because I know a lot of people don't know about the pet insurance.
yeah.
Now, what about the? I know we talked about the dental, and then as far as the vision.
Okay. Vision is about the same as the hearing. The one thing that you do want to make sure that you're getting on your vision is
Hmm.
check your eyewear coverage to see how they cover eyewear. Um, some have it split between contacts and um, and glasses. Um, the types of lenses you get and all that. So, you know, when we look at it, when I look at it, when I look at the carrier and I'm always looking at, okay, when do they cover you for your lenses and how much do you wear contacts? Do you wear, and all of that information? That's important to know. Um, um, for those and I know that there's vets out there that probably take advantage of having vision insurance rather than to go to the VA because they only give you glasses every year. They give you get a free
They
pair
give
every.
you them David Ruffin glasses.
Well,
Yes,
I got
sir.
these from I got these from the VA.
Yeah, they give you the little.
Yeah, they used to give you now that the frames and stuff are a lot more stylish now.
Yeah.
They used to give you like the little hard rim
Yeah,
black
little, yeah.
frame. Now they got all kinds of styles. Um,
Yeah.
because my disability, and this is something that if you don't know, because my disability went up above 50%, I was able to get the transitions for free.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Didn't have to
That's
pay for the
really good.
transitions. So now I don't have to buy now I don't have to buy sunglasses and have regular and have my regular glasses.
Wow. Wow.
But yeah,
Wow.
but also look into that. Look at how much if your policy is going to cover things like transitions. Um, I'm starting to look at safety glasses and what insurance companies cover for safety glasses. Because if you're one of those types that likes to go hunting, you just like to go out to the shooting range. It's good if you need glasses. It's always better, and those who wear glasses know it's always better to get the safety lenses, or the safety glasses that are in your prescription.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
hit
I'm looking at that now and looking at the different carriers and trying to find out what types of lenses they do cover and if they do cover safety glasses. Because
yeah.
I'm looking at that and I want that for my clients if they're looking at that.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. So hit me up on the hearing and policy. What's on the
Okay.
hearing?
Hearing is the same thing with the hearing aids, and there's all different types of hearing aids out there now. So you have to see what's in your policy and what type of hearing aids they're going to cover before you go out and purchase hearing aids. Um, if your health insurance, like I know with Medicare, uh, I think Medicare covers hearing aids, but I'm not sure if they only cover a certain type. Um, if you have a hearing plan with your regular health insurance, check that to see what type of hearing aids cover. Okay.
Okay.
And then of course, if you decide to take just a hearing policy out, then of course your agent, such as myself, can go in and look and see what you're going to be covered for as far as hearing aids and hearing tests and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one more, and then we're gonna let you go over your information, whatever you need to do to recap. Now, what about the wheel? So, how long does it take for the wheel to, like, I want to do it like a quick wheel. I need to do a wheel, and I need it done by the end of next month.
I believe you can do a will and have it go into effect the same day you walk into the office and do it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, wills are a little bit different than doing the insurance policies. Now, there are online companies that do wills and stuff. Make sure you're of course you get what you pay for. So be careful with going online and all of that. I haven't been online to check them, so I don't know. I don't know enough about them. I know I did legal documents through Rocket Lawyer, and
Mm-hmm.
I had no problems.
Yeah.
With getting my documents and having them print out at a pretty low rate than what I would have had to go and talk to a lawyer about. Now I have the documents. Now all I need to do is go see the lawyer, and they can file the paperwork for me that I already have. And I don't have to pay for them to have I just got to pay the filing fee.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But like I said, I do have one will contact, and I trust her. We talk. She appeared at our church at an event that we were doing for Black business owners, and we started talking. And I was like, hey, I do life insurance. And she said, no, I don't do life insurance, but I do wills and trusts and things. I'm like, perfect. We exchanged information, and we made an agreement that, hey, if I have a client for life insurance, I talk to them about doing a will. The important thing about life insurance and the will
Mm-hmm.
I still have to do a will. But your life insurance policy is not going to direct that beneficiary on what to do with the money. The only thing that carrier is going to do is look at it when the claim is made. They're going to check out who the beneficiary is. They're going to check beneficiary ID and all that, and then that check's going to go out. They don't tell that beneficiary what that money is supposed to be used for. So I always tell people it's important to do a will so that you can have direction over where that money goes.
Smart.
I don't know much about trust or anything like that, but that's also a good idea. I wish I had all of this when I moved into my parents' home, because I'm going through a lot of stuff now because my dad didn't leave a will behind, and that's my personal story. Is that I'm having to go through a whole lot legal rigmarole because back in those days they didn't worry about nobody really worried about wills. Nobody worried about, hey, I'm gonna die someday and this house is gonna get left.
Right. So let's just recap. So do y'all ever need a notary? I'm a notary. So I do notary. I notarize. So I'm talking to you, Mr. Donaldson.
And I can, like I said, I can forward your information on to, like I say, people who are looking for notaries. I don't have any documentation that especially needs to be notarized from insurance carriers. But if there's anything that let's say you do have let's say you do have a passing away in the family, and the carrier is requiring documentation from the beneficiary, proving this, and they want stuff notarized. And like I said, different carriers do different things. So there's some things that the agent won't exactly have access to or know until a claim is made, and we call up the carrier to make sure the claim is filed. So if there's any, paperwork that needs to be notarized, proving who the beneficiary is or anything like that, I will definitely have them, contact you, and we can, do that. Because like I say, I try to stay in the community. I like staying with people that I trust.
Exactly.
That I don't have. And I that's the only thing that I just want the same. If you have somebody looking for any type of insurance out there, then I definitely be willing to help. Like I said, even if you just want a consultation, give me a call or shoot me an email. Right now, consultations are free until I see a reason not to have them free.
Right.
So
consultations are
let's
free.
See.
What else you want to end us with?
Yeah, let's see. One other thing I mentioned, we're still working on a date to do an in-person seminar. I have a location that's already agreed. I just have to get down a date, and it's got to be 21 days prior to the day. I have to let them know 21 days prior to me wanting to have the event. So I have to figure out how. So right now I'm still in the process of trying to figure out how to, picking a date, and so it doesn't conflict with anything else. And I have a lot of stuff coming up already, so we're still trying to work those details out as far as doing an in-person information seminar.
Okay. And did you ever put your information in the comments?
I did. I put my phone number and my email address. So if anybody is looking to schedule a quote with me, you can contact me at those. Even if you say, hey, look, I have this date open, put in a date and time that you want, and I can schedule it, because unlike if you call the 800 number or something, or you may call an agency that's got 4, 5, 6, 7 different agents. I'm the only licensed agent with my company right now. So, you know, understand that, and I'm getting things done as quickly as I possibly can. Usually, if somebody asks me for a quote, I will let you know the information that I need from you, and as soon as I get that information, then usually I'm going into work on the quote. So now if it goes by like a day or two and I don't receive your information, then I will call you. I will give you a call or shoot you an email saying, hey, look, I haven't received your information yet. Is there a problem?
Okay.
So
all right. Hey, Taylor. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Taylor. Taylor is a licensed adjuster. How you doing? Yes, she. We State Farm groupies.
Okay.
Groupies. Longer with State Farm. She branched out.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Do we have any questions, guys? If so, he has his number in the comments, Mr. Donaldson. I appreciate your time. We appreciate you coming to see me a second time. If you have anything that comes out new, if you have anything else you want to talk about, call me. Let me know. We can do this again and again and again.
Yeah, I will. I'll definitely let you know about the seminar so I can kind of go over what that's going to be about, and I'm working on a website right now, so we're going to end up having people be able to register online and do things online. The first seminar is going to be at no charge.
Okay.
First seminar I have is going to be at no charge. My business is picking up all of the costs. Every seminar I do after that, which I'll probably end up doing maybe one every 3-4 months. I haven't worked that out yet, but those coming subsequent to the first one will be a charge. It's going to be, and it will be reasonable. It will be a reasonable fee, and by reasonable I mean it's going to be under $50. Okay. Way under. I have an amount in mind. I've already kind of worked out some numbers, just trying to finalize that piece. But it will be reasonable for everyone. I understand, that hey, you want to go do this thing, but the budget is not happening. So I'm only looking at costs for my business, and not to get rich. I just need to make sure that I cover the costs for my business too. So
I got it. Yeah, running a business. I started out running a business selling clothes and shades and all kinds of.
Yeah, and that's where the charging for pulling up records came, is because it got to be taxing where people were asking me to do it for them, and every time I do it, then I get charged for it, and that's a lot when you're not getting paid a lot in commissions to begin with, and that money is kind of flowing to do business things, and so.
Okay, well, we're gonna end this. I'm not sure. I have a lot of stuff going on. I'll announce it later on in the week as far as how I'm gonna reinvent my podcast. I do want to thank Mr. Donaldson for coming back and joining us. We appreciate it here at Let's Talk About It. You have any last words again for me? Anything?
Once again, just thank you once again for having me on. It's really been an honor to come and to be able to get out information to people who are just kind of out there wondering what's going on. Like I said, you can give me a call, shoot me an email, even if you just have a few questions. Feel free to call or text. You can also text that phone number, or shoot me an email with your question, and I'm more than willing to answer, even if it's about another carrier. What I won't do, like I said before, first thing, what I won't do is I'm not going to put down another company. But if you have questions about anything that that your company may have told you, or something that they sent you in the mail, I'm more than willing to go over that and meet with you, or talk to you over the phone about it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much again. Thank you for joining me. I do want to end my podcast tonight. Like I say, I'm going to announce some things that will be coming up on next Wednesday. If you would like to be a guest on my podcast, let's talk about it. Contact me, inbox me, call me, FaceTime me. I guess that's it. So I want to tell everybody good night. And thank you for joining me, and thank you for being on this journey with me. Y'all have a good one.
Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Lisa.
All right. You